Hey guys, it's Stacy and I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about the season finale of Supernatural season 13. Disclaimer, this video is definitely not spoiler free. If you are not caught up on Supernatural and have not seen the season 13 finale, probably don't want to watch this video. I just thought that it was too big of a deal and I had too many thoughts and too many reactions. I had to film something. I hope you guys don't find this like I'm rambling too much or just talking at you. I also want to know what you guys thought, but I'm just going to get right into it. Thoughts, reactions, questions, theories, all of that. So let's go. First of all, thoughts / initial reactions. Overall, I loved the episode. As far as watching episodes in real time, caught up with the show, not just like binging on Netflix, I have now seen 3. This is my 3rd one that I've been able to watch. I loved having Bobby around again, let's first say that. Dean's pep talk with Jack at the beginning I thought was super cute, and it just shows how far Dean has come in this season. As we all know, at the beginning he was not into Jack, didn't care about saving him. Sam was the one who was really sticking up for him, so I loved that scene. One of the biggest things that I really loved about this episode, and maybe not everybody loved this or noticed it or cared, but I did, and I felt like we finally got the real Lucifer back. I felt like we finally got him back when he was forced to tell the truth by Jack and says, I killed the girl with my bare hands and I liked it. And I was just like, that is the Lucifer that I remember from like seasons 4 and 5 when we first met him, just pure evil, pure badassery. And I loved that because I almost felt like his character was getting kind of soft. I don't know if that's exactly the right word, but that's all I can think of right now as far as putting it into terms. I love Mark Pellegrino, and I love that character, and I think he does an amazing job, and I loved having him on the show in and out over the seasons in whatever capacity, but I did feel like his character got, like, he wasn't as evil as he used to be, and that's what I liked. I liked having a big bad that I could root against while still kind of liking him because there's just something about the character and the actor. So I really liked that we finally got that Lucifer back. Even though I was torn on his death, I feel like in the end we got the true Lucifer back from the earlier seasons. I felt like Sam's really strong moral character that we all know and love really showed through in the scene with Jack and him being in the showdown room in the church, I think it was, with Lucifer, and he's like trying to make them kill each other, and Sam picks up the Archangel blade just like, here, kill me. I was just like, I just felt like it's just classic Sam that we all love, who's just willing to give up everything for somebody that he loves. So I really loved that. Now I know from what I've been seeing online there's a little bit of controversy or mixed feelings on the fact that Dean becomes Michael. I know in recent panels that they have said that Dean was going to be playing another character, and everybody suspected that it would be Michael, or a lot of people did. And then like right before the season finale came out, apparently there was an article that came out that said, oh no, it's not Michael, it's not Michael. Regardless of either one of those facts, that we knew it was going to be him and then we didn't think it was going to be him, I really liked it. I feel like since the beginning of the show, or when we started to learn that he was the true vessel for Michael, Sam being the true vessel for Lucifer, I always kind of was curious as to see Dean as Michael, or wondered what would have happened if Dean had said yes. I think it's in season 5 that he says no to Michael, and that's actually one of my favorite scenes in the entire show, is where you don't know if he's going to say yes or no, and they're like trapped in that room with, what was that guy's name? We all hated him. What was his name? That angel that we all hated. Why? Okay, well, I can't remember his name at the moment. Zachariah, that was his name. Hated Zachariah. When Zachariah was said, oh, you're gonna say yes, and he says no, and then he stabs Zachariah like right in the face right here. Like, that's one of my favorite scenes ever of the show. But ever since then I've been curious as to what would have happened if he had said yes, or what would Dean have been like if he had said yes to Michael. So that didn't bother me at all, that we all kind of knew that that was going to happen, and I thought Jensen did a phenomenal job with the short amount of time that he had to show himself as Michael at the end of the season. Also, his entrance with the wings, can we just talk about that for a second? It was awesome. I loved it. I was freaking out. I thought it was stunning. As far as thoughts and initial reactions go and things I had some issues with, some of the editing and the effects that they use I thought were just like cheesy and just almost tacky. I hate to use that word, but like when Michael comes floating into the bunker and they're like trying to shoot bullets at him and he's floating, like, I didn't like that. Like, I thought it was comical, but I was able to just like push it aside, like, okay, that's fine, like, let him do that for this one scene. But then like when the showdown happens in the church and they're like flying in the air at each other, I thought that, and like they're fighting in the air, and I'm just like, why? Why are they fighting in the air? Like in season 5 when they had the big showdown, or we're about to have the big showdown, none of those like effects had to happen, and that scene was epic. I mean, Swan Song is probably my favorite episode ever, and it is that scene that I think is just so powerful. So I just thought it was unnecessary to have them floating in the air. I don't know if it was because they had to throw the Archangel blade up to Dean / Michael so he could stab Lucifer, but like, come on, he could slide that across the floor to him. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Also, the fact that Cass had only a minor role in the finale, or what I thought was a minor role. I'm sure a lot of people thought this too. He was just kind of there, in my opinion. And Cass is supposed to be family, so I thought he should have had, I don't know, maybe they could have done something more with that. That's just my opinion. Okay, the final thing that I had the most issue with, that I thought was ridiculous, was the very last scene where they're showing Michael Dean, and he's walking down the streets, which I thought, I mean, that's a cool shot, and then they pan up and it's Dean, and then like, they flash the blue eyes, which is fine, even though we all knew it was Michael, but like, I get it, like, you have to give some kind of indication that this is not Dean. But then they freeze frame. You guys, they used freeze frame. Why are we freeze framing? Back in season 6, in the episode where they go into our world, but they're Dean and Sam, but they're Jared and Jensen, the freeze frame is a joke in that episode. Like, there is a scene with Bob Singer where someone suggests freeze frame, and they're like, freeze frame, really? That's what we've come to? Apparently that's what we've come to in season 13. I don't get it. It was not necessary. Even if they had just shown the blue eyes and then stopped it there and cut the scene, I would have been happy with that. Just like they did when Dean becomes a demon and they just show the black eyes, and epic. That was a great ending. But they had to freeze frame and then do the little zoom in. Like, you guys, it was so bad. I hated that part. Hated it. Now on to some questions or theories about this episode and what it's been leading to. So I did notice that there was a little bit of flirtation, at least I picked it up as flirtation between Bobby and Mary. Maybe they're gonna add something to that. I don't know, but I noticed it. Okay, a big theory that I've kind of have, or am hoping maybe, is that Gabriel is alive in Apocalypse World. They never explained fully how Lucifer and Michael were able to get from Apocalypse World into Dean and Sam's world. Of course, Lucifer said he knew the spell. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I really doubt that Lucifer or Michael would want to give up their grace in order to open that rift. So the only thing I can think of is that maybe if they had enough power, they brought Gabriel back to life and drained him of his grace, and he's stuck in Apocalypse World. I just have a hard time believing that they would bring Gabriel back just to kill him at the end of this season, but maybe they really did. Although whoever really knows with Gabriel and the Trickster, maybe that wasn't the real version of Gabriel and that was the Trickster version, and that was another version of him that he created in order to go to that world. Nobody really knows. I just noticed that they never fully explained how Lucifer and Michael got into our world. They mentioned Lucifer knew the spell, but that was the end of it. Maybe we'll find out in season 14. Another big question that I have is what is going to happen to all the characters that have been in the most previous episodes but not the finale. For example, Charlie just took off with Rowena. I thought the plan was for them all to go back to the Apocalypse World, meaning Charlie and those people, Bobby, that they brought back through the portal, were going to go back to their world. And they kind of dropped that, and that was before they even knew that Michael was in Sam and Dean's world. So like they just took off. I didn't really understand that. Also, Ketch. We have to talk about Ketch for just a second. They brought Ketch back. I actually kind of like him now, which is crazy because I hated him before, which I guess you're supposed to. But I really felt like he redeemed some of his character. He helped out in a major way, and then he was just off doing Ketch things. The only thing that I can think of is why they kind of put these characters to the side after they had been in previous episodes prior to the finale, is that they really wanted to focus on Team Free Will 2.0 and push the other characters aside for this finale. Other question I have is Michael's vessel still alive? Now, the actor posted something on Twitter. I think it might have been semi a joke, but I don't know, something about how his vessel had made it through the battle with Jack. But maybe he just meant like him as an actor. I don't really know, but maybe his vessel is alive. Final thoughts, while some of the editing was cheesy and borderline tacky as far as the effects go, I do think that overall it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed this finale. I love the apocalypse type of supernatural where they're talking about these big biblical epic battles. That's what I really, really liked. Obviously, they talked a lot about that in seasons 1 through 5. So I really enjoyed that aspect of this season and this finale. And overall, I think it was a really good finale, and I'm excited to see season 14. Thank you guys so much for watching another one of these videos. Please let me know what you thought of the Supernatural finale if you've seen it. I would love to know your thoughts, theories, questions, all of those things. And if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel if you like any of this content. I'll see you in my next video.